The Justice League podcast with 2Gs is brought to you by IMOSportsTV.com.
What's next on the docket?
Next, can we talk about some NBA news?
NBA.
National Basketball Association. Now, they're not really playing right now.
No.
But we do have some injury news.
No, don't tell me.
Yes.
Who is it?
DeMarcus Cousins
DeMarcus
has
Cousins.
a torn ACL.
Man, DeMarcus Cousins. When I heard this news, oh, man, I feel bad. I was going to show – now, it doesn't look like a gruesome injury by any means, but I know about injuries, and I did not want to just show him because when he went up and the way he went down, it's like he knew something was wrong. It's not that it looked bad or anything. It's just the fact you see him when he gets to the ground, and it's like everybody's like,
Again.
This wasn't an over-contact injury, so now we know what happened when you tried to go up. ACL. Torn ACL. The Lakers, hey, what do they do now? LeBron, the King James, what does he do? He's got Anthony Davis, got Kyle Kuzma. But he no longer has DeMarcus Cousins. Yeah, Rondo's on there too, but yeah. Whatever.
Hey, Rondo's a good guard.
He's a good guard. Can't shoot, but he's a good guard.
But DeMarcus Cousins, I mean, the loss makes the Lakers worse. They are not better without him.
Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins, when he was healthy in New Orleans, Twin Towers, they were dominating.
It was going to be hot.
That's the only reason why they got into the playoffs that year.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the season, he went down with another injury. Which leads me to this. Do you feel that the injury bug will plague DeMarcus Cousins' career for the rest of his time in the NBA?
In my opinion, yes.
And why do you think that is? Is it
history.
his size,
I mean,
his work
history. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with his work ethic or anything like that. I just think, however he's made, he's prone to injuries.
And that's not good. What can he do? Because he did show promise when he was supposed to be out for the whole playoffs with the quad injury. He was able to work himself back, and not many people would have done that. So he does work hard, but do you feel there's something that he's neglecting, certain muscles, like certain exercises that he may need to do to strengthen the muscles around?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I just think he's might be just one of those guys, you know?
I hate that because what it does is it diminishes his career when he's not being able to play in valuable games. And now you're a person who, he coulda, shoulda, woulda been.
And we see this with centers.
Yeah.
I think more often than at other positions.
But he's no regular center. He's versatile.
Yes.
He added 3-point. He can take it to the basket.
He can ball. When he's healthy, he is something to deal with.
And I hate that when he is healthy. Now, my favorite baseball player of all time is Ken Griffey Jr. Now, Ken Griffey Jr. had a long career, so then getting injured is different because you've already established you're great.
Yes,
one of the greatest ever.
For like 10 years, and he was in for the Mariners, and it was hot.
And then even those years with the Cincinnati Reds, 3 or so years, lights out, winning home run derby still. But that's a long career in itself. And then anytime he played after that, it's just being there. I think he retired shortly after. DeMarcus Cousins hadn't got 10, 13 years in.
No.
He's good, injured. Good, injured. Injured, good. But he hadn't had like back-to-back goods. It doesn't seem that way. It's always seemed like it's some nagging injury, a back, an ankle. And that happens. Now, like you say, to big men, I agree with you. That happens. But he's getting these injuries that you can't get, the ACLs. And that Achilles.
Ooh, no.
And then I was looking at it, and they said he had a sore Achilles the year before he tore the Achilles. So that means it was already showing signs of wear and tear on his body. And let me throw a monkey wrench in there. Monkey wrench thrown.
Ouch.
Do you think that they play too much basketball in the AAU type of situations? Like all these extra games and this mileage on his body that would not normally be there.
Possible.
'Cause he's a big guy. I mean, he's a big guy that's nimble and movable, and he has footwork. So he's putting extra strain that maybe a regular, smaller person wouldn't be as putting much strain and torque. on his ligaments.
Yeah, but in the last, AAU's been really big in the last, let's call it 15 years. Let's call it 15.
I mean,
before then, I know.
When Kobe was playing, that's when it started ramping up a little bit. And LeBron afterwards, like 7 years later.
Definitely.
Okay. I'll go with that.
I'm calling it 15.
Okay.
And we've seen players that have the same mileage who aren't getting these types.
But they're not DeMarcus Cousins. There's not many DeMarcus Cousins.
I don't think there are.
Tim Duncan did not. Tim Duncan had regular down on the post footwork, but he couldn't handle like DeMarcus Cousins. He didn't have the same moves, and he wasn't as big.
No. DeMarcus Cousins in today's NBA.
Yes.
Very unique skill set. Had size and presence on the court. And versatility in shooting and scoring too.
He had got the pass up past the 3-point line. He was taking it into the basket, and then he went up, and then it's like, and then he went to the ground, and everybody was looking at him.
Yeah.
And so non-contact.
I don't think AAU ball has much to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's just
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for one DeMarcus Cousins. We hope you come back, but when you have these kind of injuries where your season's already done,
back to back. I mean, he had just come back.
He came in from the Achilles, then he got the quad. We thought he was out for the rest of the playoffs, but he came back, and now this is devastating. Here's why it's devastating. He lost weight. He was felt, slim, ready to go, high school body, DeMarcus Cousins, and he still got injured. Now, could it be that he overworked himself? Or is it just one of those things? Because I hate to just be that guy that just gets injured.
To me, because of his work ethic, he's a hard worker.
He's a hard worker.
You know, I just think it's just one of those things. It doesn't seem like anything that he did or didn't do or any improvement he could make. It just seems like he got an injury.
Well, what can he do to come back?
Let it heal.
Don't try to rush back. I agree.
You know, just let it be.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins, you're the man. Alabama represent. We hope you get well. But before we let this go, what are the Lakers going to do? What options do they have?
What options do the Lakers have? Well,
your big man's gone down.
And the other big man that they have,
they're not going to let him play center. They're not going to do that.
They can't let him do that.
Can't let him
honestly.
do that.
So I think they have a few choices.
Okay.
Maybe they get a center core. They get a few centers that they just throw in, that they give 10 minutes to. They divvy up 10 minutes to.
Let me be a Lakers fan and say, I don't like what I'm hearing, Hendo.
Who else is there to get? Who is available to get?
There's some people out there. You could look them up.
That's good. That's 75% Boogie Cousins. 75%.
No. I don't know if there's anybody out there unless he's already on another team.
Yeah. They're already playing.
There's no free agents.
Those guys are already playing.
They're already playing. You're right. But they're going to have to do something in order to really have the Lakers fans thinking that they're trying to win this year, because a lot of Laker fans right now may be really disappointed.
I can understand a little disappointed.
You got Danny Green, but Danny Green, we know what Danny Green is. Dudley, we know what Dudley does. These are not names that's saying, hey, we need other people. Kyle Kuzma is coming into his own. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Rondo, and I think Caldwell Pope may still be there. I mean, they have some players, but it's not like, yes, this is a championship team. What are you selling me as a Lakers fan? Are we making the playoffs?
I don't think they are going to make the playoffs.
Ooh.
Because
the 8th spot?
No.
So that means with all they've done, if they don't get the playoffs, LeBron James is in trouble.
Not LeBron James.
He gets the blame. When you're the star.
No, you know who's going to get the blame?
Who's going to get the blame?
Lakers management. At the end of the day, because you know why LeBron's not going to get any blame?
Why?
Because every night LeBron's going to be there playing his game.
But as a superstar, not just superstar, you're like looked at in the top 10, top 5.
Supernova.
So when that happens, you have to make the playoffs.
The reason I say they're not making the playoffs is because of what happened in the West in the offseason. So many other teams are as good as them or better enough, improved enough to be better than they got. And the loss of Cousins, they were 7 or 8 with Cousins.
Okay. Man, this is tough news, my friend. This is tough news. They have to make the playoffs. Whether I don't think they are or not, they just have to make the playoffs. They have to make the 7th or 8th slot no matter what happened to Boogie Cousins, because 2 back-to-back seasons and LeBron James doesn't make the playoffs, and he's supposed to be the king. No KD.
He's still only one guy. And that's
But if you want to be compared like Kobe, Jordan, no one cares about that.
They played on better teams. Let's be real.
No. LeBron James has had, in his day and age, he has at least 2 other Hall of Famers on the team. So he always plays with a full deck and still loses.
I got you. Well,
so you're going to have to come on here where you have one other Hall of Famer. Kobe won 2 championships with Pau Gasol. Now, he had other solid players, but in comparison to these other championship teams from LeBron and the Bulls, look at who Kobe had on his team. It's not the same. So if he could do more with less, LeBron has to step up and no matter what make
but
these.
You mentioned the veterans.
Yes.
So they're gonna have to get a veteran center, serviceable center.
Yeah.
To get that 7 or 8 spot.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to play as a unit.
But who is there to get? I don't know.
They have to form their identity. They need shooting. They're going to have to form their identity in order to gel together and be effective.
They're going to have to play defense.
Whew.
I
mean, now, I'm not disrespecting JaVale McGee is there, but JaVale McGee is there to back someone up, and they don't have somebody.
I guess he's going to have to start.
Yeah, he might have to start.
But he's one of these other ones. Kind of.
He's good for certain periods of time.
He can give you 12 hot minutes.
12 hot minutes. At a time, I mean, he's improved. I did see him in the Mamba mentality. He's in the camp and all that stuff. He's getting some work, so maybe
and he's a young guy.
He's a young guy still. Came in high school, so he's
and got good minutes. Got really good minutes with the Warriors.
So we're not disrespecting you, JaVale McGee. We're just saying you might need a little bit more firepower. Woo, LeBron. Woo, the Lakers. Trouble.
Well, I mean, that injury bug, so.
Hey, no excuses.
Nah.
No one cares.
Okay.
No one cares. Hey.